So we will start some examples. Right. So I'll take some oxidizing agents and then give some examples for each. Okay. But basic thing, remember what is oxidation? Oxidation is nothing but conversion of an alcohol to ketone. If it is a secondary alcohol, it will be converted to ketone. If it is a primary alcohol, it will be converted to aldehyde. Or if the reagent is strong, that will be converted to carboxylic acid. Okay. So this is the only point throughout oxidation. Okay. Right. So we will take a Jones reagent and I'll give some important examples for this. So Jones reagent. So this is 8-membered ring, and if we have an alcohol, 8-membered ring, it is called cyclooctane, and if it is an alcohol, cyclooctanol. When we treat this fellow with the Jones reagent, the alcohol will be oxidized because it is a secondary alcohol. It will be oxidized to ketone. Since it is a primary alcohol and propyl alcohol, primary alcohol and Jones reagent is a strong oxidizing agent, so it will not stop at aldehyde stage. Obviously it will be over oxidized to carboxylic acid. So this is secondary alcohol, so that will be oxidized to ketone. This is primary alcohol, because it is a strong oxidizing agent, it will be oxidized to carboxylic acids. Okay, we take these two. I'll give some more examples, you just practice them. Okay, these are just for practice. అదొకసారి శానిటైజ్ చేసుకో. Right. So this is again a secondary alcohol, so it will be simply converted to ketone. Of course, aldehydes will be oxidized to carboxylic acids. And not only that, Cyclic esters are called lactones. So this is lactone, and this part is hemiacetal. This part it is hemiacetal. It is not complete um lactone. Okay, so it is hemiacetal. Right. When we oxidize hemiacetals with strong oxidizing agents like the Jones reagent, what happens? This hemiacetal will be oxidized to lactone. This hemiacetal will be oxidized to lactone. Of course, other side lactone will not involve any further oxidation, but hemiacetals can be converted to lactones. So this carbon oxygen single bond will be converted to carbon oxygen double bonds. Right. In this case, it is a tertiary alcohol. Tertiary alcohols will not be generally will not be oxidized with any strong oxidizing agents. But what happens sometimes, like tertiary alcohols, if there is a possibility for carbon-carbon bond breaking, okay, if there is a possibility for carbon-carbon bond breaking, in this case it is a bicyclic bridged system, it is unstable. So when we heat it, the carbon-carbon bond can be easily broken. When the carbon-carbon bond broken, it becomes a secondary alcohol. So when it broken, one, two, three, four, five. So it becomes a five-membered. One side it is a ketone. Here it becomes a secondary alcohol. Then it will be a ketone. Other side, it has a substituent, one, two carbons, one, two carbons, one, two carbons, and that will be initially an alcohol. So under Jones oxidation conditions, alcohol will be completely converted to carboxylic acid. So initially it is supposed to be alcohol, but alcohols will be primary alcohols will be converted to carboxylic acids. Okay, so that is why this type of systems, this type of tertiary alcohols, when they undergo oxidation, generally tertiary alcohols won't undergo oxidation, but unstable tertiary alcohols, when they undergo oxidation, there will be a carbon-carbon bond breaking uh, between the alcoholic carbon and the next carbon. So the alcohol which is initially tertiary now becomes secondary. So it will be oxidized to ketone. The other side carbon, it will get an alcohol. Under same Jones conditions, alcohol will be oxidized to carboxylic acid. Okay, next PCC, pyridinium chlorochromate. When we use PCC for oxidations, of course it is the same thing, right? What is oxidation? Conversion of an alcohol. If it is a primary alcohol, it will be converted to yeah, using PCC, primary alcohols will be converted to aldehydes, secondary alcohols will be converted to ketones. So I'll give an example of primary alcohols also. First write this. This is a secondary alcohol. So it will be, the product will be a ketone. The product will be a ketone. Primary alcohols, they will be oxidized to aldehydes stage only. Okay, that I'll give. భూషణ్ ఒక స్క్రీన్ షాట్ పెట్టవా?
Okay, sir.
I think the clarity is not good. Yeah, please take this. I'm going to change. Take a snapshot if you haven't completed. Right, I'm changing this. This is the example what we are discussing during the problems. Just give me a second. I'll try to change the lens. Right. Yeah, when we do oxidize these alcohols, this is like a limonene. With PCC, DCM, and then reflex. Since it is a primary alcohol, what we expect it to be, it must be oxidized to aldehyde. But since PCC is an acidic compound, the oxidation will not stop at the aldehyde stage. Under acidic conditions, proton transfer takes A carbon-carbon bond formation takes place with protonation and deprotonation. So I will explain this. Of course, this will be below the plane, right? How do we explain this? Of course, in the first step, it will be converted to aldehyde, right? It will be converted to aldehyde, right? In the second step, what is PCC? PCC is an acidic system. PCC is an acidic system. So the aldehyde will be protonated. The aldehyde will be protonated so that, okay, I'll write one more step. So it becomes positive and this will be there. Now, since this double bond is positively charged, so it will be migrated towards oxygen so that it becomes neutral. Now a positive charge will be generated here. Since it is a 6-member transition state, you count the number of atoms 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this bond will easily attack this carbocation. So it undergoes cyclization. How this will undergo cyclization, I'll write one more step and I'll explain. So this will be OH. So now it forms a bond here and it forms a positive charge here. Now this carbon or this carbon, anyone is okay. It will, the proton transfer takes place. Here we are adding a proton. Here we will remove a proton so that it takes. How this will be the below the plane. So that's what the stereochemical requirement. So we can explain this using a 6-member transition state. We can explain this using a 6-member transition state. Take carbonyl here. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is like this is below the plane. This is the double bond. Okay, so this is the below the plane methyl group below the plane. Then what happens? We can show it intramolecularly also. It is intermolecular. Now I will show it in intramolecular fashion. So this oxygen will take this proton. Okay, so this carbon proton bond breaks, so it will be polarized towards double bond. Now there will be a carbon carbon double bond formation. So this is the double bond formed now. Now this double bond will attack this C double bond O, so it generates a carbon carbon bond. So it will undergo cyclization. Now this C double bond O will break down to give alcohol. So we can explain this using intramolecular fashion or intermolecular fashion. Because this group, when it is below the plane, then only it is possible, either intramolecular fashion or intermolecular fashion. Okay, so that is why in the product it will be below the plane. Yeah, I think I need to write one more step, right? So it is an alcohol only. Here it is just an alcohol only. Under PCC conditions, this alcohol will be oxidized to ketone. under PCC. Since PCC is already there in the reaction mixture, so the generated alcohol now will undergo further oxidation to ketone. So these are the lone page. I'll give one more example. Having said that PCC is acidic in nature, what happens when we oxidize a tertiary alcohol with PCC? So this is going to be an interesting example. This is tertiary alcohol, and if we want to oxidize it, 2.2 equivalents of PCC, DCM, and aluminum oxide. When we want to oxidize this tertiary alcohol with PCC, of course, if it is any other oxidizing agent, this oxidation may not occur because it is a tertiary alcohol. But PCC, we know it is acidic in nature. So what happens if a tertiary allylic tertiary alcohol will undergo rearrangement? A allylic tertiary alcohol will undergo rearrangement. So what happens in the first step? It will be protonated. Since it will be protonated, so water will be leaving. When we add a proton, water will be leaving. This is the positive charge generated now. Now it will undergo, the double bond will undergo resonance. So it will polarize towards bridge. The double bond is now migrated to the, I'm sorry. I'll repeat this. Since it is a tertiary alcohol, generally tertiary alcohols won't undergo oxidations, but PCC, under PCC oxidations, PCC being acidic in nature, what happens? It can undergo protonation, deprotonation of alcohol or products formed due to protonation, right? So in the first step, this tertiary alcohol will undergo protonation, so it becomes H2O plus. Of course, we know water is a leaving group, so water will be leaving from this and it generates a tertiary carbocation. When the tertiary carbocation, allyl tertiary carbocation, so this double bond will migrate towards bridge. So a double bond now migrates towards the bridge and positive charge will be on this carbon. Now we will add water to this. So it becomes H2O plus. If we take out proton, what is the product? the product will be double bond here, alcohol here. Okay, now this alcohol will undergo oxidation with PCC to the corresponding carbonyl. Since it is a secondary carbonyl, it will be a ketone. So yeah, when we oxidize a tertiary allylic tertiary alcohol with PCC, the alcohol first will undergo migration to the allylic position, then that alcohol will undergo oxidation. Okay, so as it is, it will not undergo oxidation. So remember that under PCC oxidations, alcohol migration may occur. So it is migration of allylic tertiary alcohol. I'll give one more example. Right. So primary alcohol will be oxidized to aldehydes only. But here what is important to note is addition of sodium acetate. As I said earlier, sodium acetate must be added to PCC oxidations when there is an acid sensitive functional group. So in this case, OTHP, THP is an acid sensitive functional group. So when we do oxidize primary alcohol with PCC, it will be oxidized to aldehyde. Okay, so that is fine. Why we are adding sodium acetate here? If there is an acid sensitive functional group, because PCC is acidic in nature, that acid sensitive protecting group will undergo deprotection. Okay, if it undergoes deprotection, then the expected product may not form, right? So that is why, in order to protect the acid sensitive functional group in PCC oxidations, we will add sodium acetate. We will add sodium acetate so that the acid sensitive functional group will not be leaving. So I'll explain how THP will be produced. When we have an alcohol, the alcohol, when it is treated with the DHP under acidic conditions, it will be protected as THP. it will be protected as THP. Alcohols, when they are treated with DHP under acidic conditions, it will be, alcohol will be protected as THP, OTHP. I'll give the mechanism. What is DHP? DHP is dihydropyran. DHP is dihydropyran. Under acidic conditions, what happens? Under acidic conditions, using the lone pairs on oxygen, we can polarize this lone pair towards a pi bond. Then this pi bond will polarize to give a negative charge here, and that will pick up the proton. So the product will be positively charged oxygen. Then we can add alcohol to this. We can add alcohol to this. When we add alcohol, what happens? This oxygen will now attack here. So the bond will be polarized. This is DHP, dihydropyran. Okay, right. So the product is now it will be positive charge. So if we remove proton, sorry, minus H plus, what we will get is a protected alcohol. This is called OTHP. What is THP? Tetrahydropyran. 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 So this is how we can protect alcohols to tetrahydropyran protection. This is DHP, dihydropyran. Under acidic conditions, first protonation takes place. So it generates a carbonyl type molecule. Then alcohol will add to this carbon, so that this carbon oxygen double bond will be polarized to oxygen. After deprotonation, the alcohol is protected as OTHP. Alcohol is protected as OTHP. Yes. Yeah, please. If you have any doubt, please.
యాక్చువల్గా రికార్డ్ చేద్దాం అనుకున్నాను సార్ వీడియో.
Okay.
అది నాకు బై మిస్టేక్ వచ్చింది.
Oh, okay. Right. I'll change this page. Okay. So the protection of alcohol to THP ether is very easy. What we need to do is just add DHP under acidic conditions. So the mechanism will be protonation of DHP first to this moiety. This will undergo, then alcohol will attack on this, so that it generates OTHP. Okay. Right. I'll give them. I'll go for the next example. somebody has drawn some red color. Please erase that. All right. When we have an alcohol of this type, 1,2 or 1,3 dihydroxy alcohols, they can be protected using acetone, paratoluene sulfonic acid, So 1,2 or 1,3 alcohols can be protected. The first priority will be 1,2, and if there is no 1,2, then we will go for 1,3. So it is protected. The 1,2 diol now is protected with acetone. Okay. So you can write the mechanism. It's a very simple thing. Oxygen, lone pair and oxygen will attack on carbonyl carbon. Okay. Subsequently, we can also attack this on here, so that this oxygen, 2 hydrogens on alcohol, they will be leaving as water. Then when we do oxidation of this fellow, PCC, DCM, and then sodium acetate, what is the product? Okay, again here we are adding sodium acetate because this acetone protection, acetols can undergo hydrolysis under acidic conditions. Acetols can undergo hydrolysis under acidic conditions. So that is why, to protect this acetal, I am using sodium acetate.